Good morning. How's everybody? How's it all going for everybody? It's Monday. Oof. Oof. Sort of a mixed weather thing down here. So I start perusing the news and everything, and it's just first you had the uh, Wimbledon championship. The guy I wanted to win, Carlos, he didn't win. That pissed me off. Then you had the FIFA Club Championship, and there's articles that say that Trump was booed when he went to help present the trophy, or that he was booed when he entered the stadium. And I go listen to the audio and watch the fan reaction, and I can't really tell if that happened. Okay? Were there some people that just stood there and didn't do anything? Yeah. Were there people that actually booed? I don't know. The noise that was coming out was kind of hard to determine from a boo and a rant. You know, soccer players are, you know, different. So I have no idea. And then next came Hegseth's video that had him signing had him being escorted across a field with by drones, and then him signing a proclamation increasing drones production in the United States and whatnot. And now, of course, you're saying what make sure you draw the shades in your bedroom at night. I don't care if you're on the 25th floor, okay? Drones can go 30,000, can go pretty high depending on what kind of drone it is, so that's, they show you the little drones that you can buy yourself, a few $100s. They don't show you the Reapers that drop the sophisticated weaponry and blow up houses and stuff like that. So, it's kind of a strange situation. Here we go. I don't know where Lucy is. She was here. I have to get her to a vet. All right. What else is going on? It's been a year since Musk supported Trump, and they're still fighting and whatnot. And that's just, I have no idea what that whole deal is, if it was ever real. Trump just wanted his money. And $250 million was a drop in the bucket, in terms of, it was how it was applied. If it was contributed to his super PAC, it's in Trump's pocket. Trump can use whatever's left after most of these super PACs, as I understand them, after an election. You can use that money for whatever the hell you want. Okay? So I don't understand the whole deal. I wouldn't contribute money like that, but that's what they do, All right. Speaking of Musk, his X platform is becoming extremely anti-Semitic, and his AI, what's he calling it, Gronk, is renamed itself Mucho Hitler or something like that. That's got to come down. But considering the fact that I don't understand the anti-Semitic remarks, because Trump supports Israel in its genocide against Gaza, and I have a lot of Jewish friends, and this has nothing to do with them, okay? But I just think a lot of the actions by the Israeli military border on genocide, and I just think they need to stop it. And then, if Hamas wants to keep going on like that, then let's just carpet bomb the area, But genocide has to stop. That's just, kids are getting killed while they're standing in line waiting for water. How is that some sort of military operation. I don't understand. Why are you attacking the waterline anyhow? No matter who's standing in it, that's just humanitarian. You have no. That's just what I'm saying. It ain't right. So, I think maybe we should take X down. Maybe he should be forced out of X as well as Tesla. I don't think Tesla's going to make it with or without Musk in control of the company, because it's just, I don't think it's a very good product. And Trump is not in favor of electric cars because all his investors and his big time money is coming from the oil companies. He wants to demolish the country. He wants to tear everything up. I don't know whether the reports of him, you see reports on Trump, he's collapsing on this, and I doubt if they're true. But I do think he's losing his mind. And there is a couple of ways you could speed that along, a couple of things that people could do to harass him that would just make him crazy. I still think the biggest issue that they have right now is the 2016 elections, and right now a Republican couldn't get elected dog catcher, so you have to wait and see what are they going to do? They are, are they going to allow the elections to happen? And I don't know whether that's going to happen. I don't know whether they'll let it happen. It's kind of weird shit, I don't know. I really don't have any ideas about that, theories or otherwise, It seems to me that people have to stop sitting around on their hands, and you see that. I mean, I know some people I know are now speaking out that didn't speak out before. And I'm glad they're speaking out now, but you have to go out and you have to say to them, hey, why didn't you say something before? Why did you wait till now to say anything, What's the whole deal? You should have said something before. But that's just, I don't know, I always have the opinion that people want to be on the more popular side, and if Trump's the winner, they want to be on the winning side. That theory was actually put into effect when they said that they made the television stations couldn't report election results until the polls had closed in California. Because the time zones were allowing people this information to leak out hours before all the polls in the country were closed, and they found out there was a surge of voting in the last hours or something where people were trying to vote for a winner, whether they liked the guy or not. They just wanted to vote for the winner. They wanted to be able to say, I voted for Trump. Wow. I don't know how many of those people are out there now saying, I voted for Trump. Are they going around and saying that now? I tend to doubt it. I think they're embarrassed. And I am completely embarrassed for this country, not just because of Trump. I mean, he's the face front for all these idiots in the background, the Millers and the Matthews and the Thiels and all these other billionaires, who are in the background, who are only concerned with certain aspects of the bills and the financing and the taxing that's going on. The general bill they don't really give a shit about. They want their little piece of the action. And they're the ones that are in control. That's the problem, you know. And then they put all these incompetents into the various cabinet positions, which I think is just disgusting. I mean, you're going to tell me RFK is qualified? You've got Dr. Oz in there. You've got television personalities in 30 or 38. The number varies who's writing the article. Ex-Fox people, producers or whatever, that are now working for the administration. And that means that Rupert Murdoch has influence on it. I don't think he's still alive. What's it? His son's running things now, I think. I don't know. I don't follow that too much. I don't even watch Fox News. I just read what they say about them when they say that the so-and-so is, you know, he was a weekend reporter or something, Hegseth, and he's now a Secretary of Defense because he was in the National Guard. That's not a good look. I was in the National Guard. Let me tell you something. That's not a good place to get experience, to be a head of the army, head of the military, rather. You know? And he doesn't listen to the secretaries of the Army, Navy, Marines, whatever, you know, these people. He doesn't listen to those commanders. He just goes around and, you know, basically he's messing with civilians. And he's using the National Guard to so-called assist ICE in what they're doing. And he's handpicking the National Guard units because he knows that they're, you know, anti-immigration and everything else. That the people that are in those units, they're coming from areas of the country where they're primarily all white, no people of color or ethnicity other than white, you know. People say that the military enlistments are up. Yeah, of course there are. You have no idea how many pro-white nationalists there are in the United States till you travel the country and till you talk to people. And you you sit at a restaurant and you listen to conversations. Or you sit in a bar and you listen to conversations. And you can tell how many anti-Semitic, I'm not so sure about. Because I've never really heard, well, because I'm from the East Coast and whatnot, in the metropolitan area, I've never really heard those conversations. I have heard the pro-white supremacist conversations. There's a huge population of skinheads in New Jersey. Of course, they live in the rural part of the country, the state rather, but, you know, they're not exactly what you could call rocket scientists, so I understand that. All right, listen up, folks. I'm leaving. Rambling Man is gone, you know. I bet you're all saying, if you're actually watching this, you're saying, God, I'm glad it's a video. I can just turn it off. But anyhow, do me a favor, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, comment if you wish, and I will see you tomorrow.